A ver. Claro, ¿empezamos con las preguntas ya o empezamos a abrir primero?
Locked.
Vamos a empezar con las preguntas de momento. Si luego hay que hacer otra ronda, se hace otra ronda. Joder.
Mr. Hamish, can you explain to us what happened to the colonial collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
But, most likely maintenance work, tidying up.
You're not sure, then? But you're the deputy director.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at once.
Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of Kew Gardens.
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
As deputy director, how was your relationship with Montague Dunn?
To be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have been better. You see, every Tuesday he would carry out his inspection of the gardens, but it was solely to make an impression, great pretense that he cared at all. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's opinion. He would then disappear for the rest of the week. He was what some might call a man of action. I'd say rather he was overzealous and chaotic. So after all, it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that, if you take into consideration his kind of lifestyle.
You mentioned that Mr. Dunn led a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed, celebrating, shall we say? He was a member of the London Smart Set. He was famous for it. That
And
he had an eye for the ladies, to put it mildly, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Hamish, can you tell us who holds the keys to the locked greenhouses?
That would be Albert, Mr. Dunn's son. Yes, Albert keeps all the keys, and one can only imagine why.
What do you mean?
Well, he was never interested in Kew Gardens before, and now all of a sudden he's trying to act as if he owns the place. I think he wants to take over the management here. He'd do better to leave that to me. He has no experience. No, none at all.
Tell me, Mr. Hamish, do you grow the more deadly variety of plant here?
You mean insectivorous? Yes, but nothing larger than that.
Are you aware of the Divine Syndicate?
The Divine what? Is this a joke?
No, I am quite serious.
What a ridiculous name. Anyway, I have never heard of this syndicate.
Pues tenéis plantas
Thank you, Mr.
compradas
Hamish. We shall
de...
continue our investigation.
Vale, vamos a hablar con este señor. A ver si aquí se ha cortado.
Who is Miss Margaret White?
Ah, she is the young lady who studies with me. She visits here sometimes to help out with the greenhouses. In fact, she should be here today. She wanted to work at the seed house. That's the small greenhouse across from the large glass house.
Do you work here?
Yes, but part-time only, for I'm also studying botany at the University of London.
You're following in your father's footsteps, then. That is commendable.
Well, even if botany is not my strongest suit, there are people who say that I could be a good manager.
We noticed that a part of the colonial collection has been cleared.
Ah. At the moment, I'm just dealing with the storage room. I don't know much about the other rooms.
I imagine that your relationship with your father may have been a strained one.
Yes. I cannot say that he was a kind man, for he never listened to me at all. He forced me to work here. But now, after his death, I've been pondering it over. Perhaps he wasn't so wrong about me after all. I have to follow his path, and I have to manage Kew Gardens. And I can do it. I can be as good as any other who works here.
Martin Hamis. No sé quién es Martin Hamis.
Would you please tell us about Martin
Ah,
Hamish,
vale, el otro...
the deputy
Vale.
director?
Well, I have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the deputy director of Kew Gardens. My father would not have tolerated it.
Indeed? Well, that is most interesting. He told us that he was.
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honor of being the garden's longest-serving employee. In fact, if we are to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the management of Kew Gardens.
Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish?
No tiene pinta.
I suppose so.
Ah.
But we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants and Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion.
I see. And how was his relationship with your father?
Oh, he hated my father. It was obvious. He would be furious whenever my father boasted of Kew Gardens in the newspapers or at conferences. He was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit for himself. But my father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone. Dismissively. With indifference.
Tell me, have you ever heard of the Divine Syndicate?
No, I cannot say that I have.
Do you hold the keys to all of these locked doors?
Yes, you can have them. But I cannot give you the keys to the cloakroom. The employees' effects are private. I am sure you understand.
Ya. Claro.
Thank you,
Claro,
young man. We
claro.
shall see you again soon.
Reunirse con la señorita White, que no sé dónde está ni quién es. Ambición de Albert. Tras la muerte de su padre, siente la responsabilidad de hacerse cargo de los Kew Gardens. Platas letales. ¿Por qué me ha puesto que puedo tener? ¡Me ha mentido! ¡Me ha mentido! ¡Me ha mentido! Espérate. Encontrar un uso y... On. Es probable que provenga de una estatua o una escultura. Encontrar un uso. Hostia, espérate. ¿En qué había...? Ah, en la chisma de... para regular lo del personal, creo. Creo, espérate. Pero no creo, no sé. ¡Eh!
Look, Holmes.
Señora.
This charming lady must be Miss White. She's entering the seed house.
Señora. Luego lo compruebo, lo de la chisma.
Open.
Bueno, espere. Espere un momento. Si no hablo automáticamente, voy a... Permítame usted echar un ojo por aquí, que parece que no va a haber nada. No, vale, pues... Señora.
Good day to you, miss. You have some very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir. And good day to you, too. But...
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
A ver, un momentito. Ah, no me... Perfume caro. De la chisma esta no. Ah, no. Del... Ah, no. ¡Hostia! Señales rosadas, malnutrición en el pasado, pelagra, familia humilde, joder. Sí. Espere. What? Me dejó algo. Ah, Ah, solté. Ah, vale.
Yes, a theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh, yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
Oh, it's quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss.
¡Qué
After all,
tragedia! ¿Qué
tragedy
dices?
took place here.
Yes,
Ah, vale.
the director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
Se refiere usted. Hostia, joder.
Would you happen to know why part of the colonial collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honor.
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
He had an exceptional
Si
nature.
hasta su propio hijo
Oh,
no ha
yes,
hablado muy
indeed.
bien.
He was always so active and
Ah.
so optimistic and very nice to me. Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
The Divine Syndicate. Does that name mean anything to you, by any chance?
Not at all. But it is a very pretty name.
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Pero si me la da.
Oh, yes.
¡Oh!
Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
Thank you, miss. None of the 3 people who work at Kew Gardens know why half of the colonial collection was cleared. So, someone is lying. It is obvious.
Vale. Voy a ver lo que dije antes de esto. Aquí me daba... No, punto de interés. Claro, pero no... A ver, ¿eh? What? Encontrar un uso. Juego de llaves para todas las puertas. Encontrar un uso en la puta piedra esa, tío. Pero ¿cómo? Joder, qué puto susto. Cago en todo, ¿eh? A ver, eso estaba... Esto estaba cerrado. Y esto de aquí también. Vale. Y aquí... Ahí...
The seeds of plant species are stored here.
No hay nada más aquí. Busto. ¡Oh! Mira, ya lo tengo.
It is a bust of Montague Dunn.
Mira, le falta aquí lo de la cabeza.
I am curious if the marble that we found
Claro.
will fit this place.
Hombre, tiene
Here
pinta,
it
¿no?
is.
Mucha
The
pinta.
marble fragment that we found in the colonial collection room is what they have in common.
¿Y qué hace aquí? Conversación. Joder, Watson, qué puto susto, hostia.
These young plants must be delicate if they are kept in the nursery.
Estos retoños. Que sí que
We
tienen
can
vida,
see the
joder.
interior of the colonial collection room from this window.
Hostia.
This poster is for an exhibition that Martin Hamish was directing, but it had nothing to do with Kew Gardens. This certificate belongs to Martin Hamish. He won a horticultural competition.
¿Eh? Ah,
A thesis written by Martin Hamish. A glasses case. It is empty. This area serves as Martin Hamish's office. We can see the interior of the colonial...
lo voy a dejar abierto. Ah, no, pues no me deja.
Locked.
La cierra sola. Ok. El conducto de ventilación.
This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system.
A ver. La llave que me ha dado ella. ¡Sí! Está cerrado. Bueno, no. Vale. Mesa de laboratorio. Huella de una botella.
There was a bottle here. It left behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the laboratory.
Gold dust. Good heavens. What's it doing here?
The gold is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
But why would anyone perform such experiments in a botanical garden?
Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around. Several drops of the substance. The bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent.
El perrete.
We need a good nose.
El perrete. Voy a recoger a Toby. Sí, vale, pero aquí no hay nada más. Mira, antes de nada.
A phonograph used for voice recording. Remarkable.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory. I don't hear anything.
And it seems clear from these multiple experiments that plants to respond to their environment and have a form of consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 245.
Study report.
Martin Hamish's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
Fonógrafo, se requiere un objeto. Se falta una de las chismas.
This is a
Ese
table
trabajo.
for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes.
It appears as though the protective equipment is missing from here. Gloves, waterproof aprons, everything one might need for self-protection.
Do they grow dangerous plants here?
Coño, pues sí, joder.
Such masks are generally worn when dealing with toxic chemicals.
Aquí trabajan con plantas peligrosas. Joder, Watson, si no te has dado cuenta aún.
Locked.
Me cago en la
Holmes,
puta.
Margaret didn't give us the key to this door.
Claro.
It does not matter. We will open it.
Y a tomar por culo. What? What? Esto es nuevo. Joder. Hostia. Vale, a ver. Vale, ahora.
Open.
Uf. Curioso. Interesante ha sido. Taquilla de la señora
Locker.
White.
These jewels must be worth a small fortune. A Apparently, Miss White is a capable student. A draft of the letter that Miss White sent to her parents.
Queridos padre y madre, escribo esta carta con reticencia para pedirles ayuda. Los costes de mi estudio y mi alojamiento son mayores de los que había previsto, por lo tanto temo que no pueda hacerles frente a largo plazo. Sé que hemos tenido desacuerdos en el pasado, pero espero que no sean ustedes tan insensibles como para permitir que su hija fracase académicamente por cuestiones económicas. Me sale una chisma de... Oh.
A vanity purse. It is of high quality.
Carta de la familia. Margaret, nos sorprende que hayas escrito. ¿Cómo es posible que hayas pensado en pedirnos dinero después de todos los años que han pasado desde que te marchaste, en los que no hemos sabido de ti? Nunca has compartido con nosotros ni un detalle sobre tus progresos en la universidad, y lo haces ahora. Solo podemos suponer que te avergüenzas de nosotros porque no pertenecemos a la clase de tus nuevas amistades. Sí, somos gente modesta, pero deberías aprender que la familia es lo primero, como siempre ha sido en casa. Y ninguno de nosotros ha puesto nunca en peligro su reputación, como parece que has hecho tú con tu patrono, el señor Dunn. No, Margaret, eres tú la que nos avergüenzas, tus padres. Y hay otra carta aquí. Querida Margaret, sé que los problemas económicos se te han hecho muy pesados. Por favor, déjame asegurarte de que no puedo permitir que te encuentres en esta situación. Nací en una familia pudiente y lo consideraría un honor si aceptaras mi ayuda. Tu devoto servidor, Albert. Vale, a ver. No me deja ninguna. No. Pero bueno, ok. Igual no es que pueda averiguar una, sino que tengo una más que añadir ahí. Bueno, no sé.
Father and I, Kew Gardens. A review on rare and exotic plants. Martin Hamish has written several pieces.
Señor Secretario General, los recientes acontecimientos que han tenido lugar en los Kew Gardens me ponen en la situación de devolver, a solicitar el puesto de director. Tal y como afirmaba en mis anteriores misivas, creo que no hay nadie más apropiado para el puesto. Mientras el señor Dunn vivía, comprendí que fuera reacio a mis sugerencias. Tenía usted motivos políticos y yo me plegué a ellos solícito. Ahora los Kew Gardens se hallan en una situación de desgobierno. ¿Cómo voy a permitirlo? ¿Cómo voy a dejarlos en manos de gente sin experiencia ni motivación? Debo urgirle a que tome la decisión con premura, para que pueda dedicarme plenamente a la noble tarea que me espera, libre ya de esta incertidumbre.
Martin Hamish studied chemistry. Interesting.
Tiene como muchos papeles este señor para ser asesino, ¿eh? No sé.
Specialist articles on shipyards and ship construction. Albert Dunn has a great passion for shipbuilding and the sea. A rejection letter from the British Royal Naval College.
Escuela de suboficiales de la Marina Real, Centro de Reclutamiento de Londres. Señor, lamento tener que informarle de que a pesar de sus excelentes resultados en nuestras pruebas de ingreso, no podemos darle la bienvenida a la Escuela de la Marina Real. Su padre, el señor Montan Dunn, ha expresado su intención de nombrarle director de los Reales Jardines Botánicos de Kew, y parece claro que no tendría intención de librarle de sus obligaciones durante el año completo que requiere el entrenamiento naval. Por favor, acepte nuestros mejores deseos para su futuro en los Kew Gardens. Recibo un cordial saludo, director del centro de la Marina Real. A ver.
A picture of Miss White and Albert in front of the University of London.
And they seem to get along.
Vale, no hay nada más. A ver. Todavía no he encontrado un uso para esto. La descripción de la fotografía de Martin Hamish dice padre y yo en los Kew Gardens. Eso me deja un poco... Vale, tenemos que ir a buscar a Toby también. Voy a ir a hacer eso. Voy a buscar a Toby en Baker Street. ¡Perrete!
Come on, Toby. We have some work for you to do. Let us go to Kew Gardens.
Me encanta que va el perrete ahí, más majo. Espero que no sea tóxico ni peligroso ni nada, la mierda que vaya a oler. Aunque si se ha ido cayendo gotas, joder, solo teníamos que haber seguido el rastro de las gotitas que se le ha ido cayendo, ¿no? No sé. Pero bueno, así vamos más sobre seguro.
Let us take Toby to the laboratory. He will pick up the scent of this mysterious substance.
Ah, me llevan ellos y todo.
Search,
Ah,
Toby.
muy bien, gracias.
Search.
Hostia, vale, a ver. Viene por aquí. Hostia. Aquí es intensete. No entra por aquí. Hostia, sigue por acá. ¿Qué cojones? What the fuck? Lugar oculto, olfatear. Una botella enterrada.
Congratulations, Toby. Now let us see what you have found. This is the bottle that was used in the laboratory. It was buried here.
Solución
There
química.
is still some liquid remaining in the bottle.
Pero
with
eso no
gold
son
flakes.
orugas
Tiny
que dijo.
caterpillar.
Ah, sí, mira,
Not
oruga.
surprising to see one in a garden, but at the bottom of a bottle.
Para suscitar a las plantas. Lo dijo antes.
Brave Toby.
Qué mono, qué majo. ¿Podemos dejar a Toby ya en casa o...? Que me pone nervioso que nos esté siguiendo. Si hay algo peligroso. Juego la botella enterrada en los Kew Gardens. Realizar análisis. Pues vamos otra vez a Baker Street. Mira, si dejamos al perrete. A ver. Analizar líquido
Let us
desconocido.
determine just what we have found here. Let us pour liquid from the bottle into a test tube to perform an analysis. This is the bottle that we found hidden at Kew Gardens. Let us use a pipette to take a sample of the liquid and fill a test tube.
¿Dónde coño está la pipeta? Ah, joder, está aquí, vale, no la veía. Creía que era otra cosa, no sé. Ah, no lo sé. What?
A colorless, water-based liquid. Quite a strong floral aroma.
Digo, ahora muero yo. ¿En serio?
Holmes? What are you doing?
It has a bitter taste.
What if it's poisonous?
What the fuck?
Did you ever see poison stored in enormous jars like that? Anyway, there is a doctor nearby.
Joder,
So,
pero...
what do you think it is?
It is some kind of organic compound. Let us vaporize the liquid and see what happens. Small colorless crystals. Colorless, tiny crystals that are soluble in water, with a floral smell and a bitter taste. Watson, could you pass me
Podría
that
ser
small
veneno.
bottle, please?
Of course.
Bueno, no,
Here
porque
you
no
are.
sé.
Holmes, do you know what it is?
Wagner's reagent. There was a label on the bottle that you passed to me.
No, Holmes, I meant the bottle that we found.
Let me add the reagent and see if there is any sediment, and then I shall tell you.
¿Puedo apagar esto? Me está poniendo nervioso.
I need to take a pipette.
Claro, es lo que iba a decir. Iba a coger la pipeta, pero al ver que me dejaba, digo,
I
hostia, ¿qué
need to
dices?
take a pipette.
Coño, ahora. Joder, cógelo. En... Espera, ¿dónde? ¿Aquí? Ah, aquí. Ah.
Red sediment, just as I suspected. This liquid is of organic origin. It contains some alkaloid. Most likely it is unstable, and that is why there is a quantity of gold dust to prevent contamination. This mixture is probably a fertilizer. Someone was carrying out unusual experiments in the garden's laboratory. My
LOL.